Hey, how's it going? Checking in for the day. I've been through the speech from last night that I recorded and sort of broken it down and taken it apart. And this sort of self-evaluation process on steroids almost, because instead of trying to remember all the bits, I've got it right there and I can remember the bits where I lost my train of thought and look at what I did. I can look at my movement, my gesticulations, and I can look at how some of the things that I said landed on the audience. So the little details of the speech are much obviously easy to remember. I don't have to remember them; they're there on the video. So I've been through that and taken it apart, as I said. But we'll also be looking to get another session scheduled in with my mentor and see what he thinks as well. See where I can make some tweaks and improvements. But yeah, excited to be taking it through to the area contest. I don't know why I'm so excited about this, because I've been through the club level before with other contests, the evaluation contest in particular, and it's just kind of just get on with doing it. It's almost an inconvenience to then have to go to another venue for the next round. But this time I think maybe it's because it's it is because it's a big goal that I've set myself, for a medium-sized goal, should we say, that I've set for myself, and I want to do well. So a little bit more pressure equals a little bit more excitement. So that's all in the process. I've just got to make sure that I stay on top of this now, because I know that if I try to revisit this, if I don't do anything with it and then revisit it in 3 weeks, then I've just forgotten all of it and I'll be starting from scratch. So there won't have been any benefit, which is why I wanted to make myself go through and watch it. I'm not really a big fan of watching myself back on video, but it was certainly a worthwhile experience to spend 10-15 minutes or so today going over it. So that was good. A couple of other things. I've had some messages back and forth from this sales conference that I'm speaking at in April. And instead of it being a 30-minute session, it's likely to be more like a 45-minute session, and possibly a slightly longer, bigger slot for the workshop as well, where they keep everybody in the room for it instead of splitting it into two. So I've got another sort of another briefing call for that on Monday, and that's kind of good, because it means that, obviously it's a bit more work to put it together, but in some ways it's easier to have 40 minutes to do a talk than 30, especially if I've got the workshop bit to cover off the sort of the practical getting down, rolling your sleeves up, actually doing the work element of it. So that's good. That's coming up on Monday, and also a little bit of progress, although I'm always a little bit hesitant with getting too carried away with when I talk about this, but progress with the stuff with Andy and our sort of high performance a kind of academy that we're putting together. And this is, no, it's not a high performance academy. I've got to be quite careful with that, because I use high performance wellbeing quite a lot. Which is fine, because it's about performance and well-being and how the two things are connected. But High Performance Academy is a Brendan Burchard thing. So that sounds well. High Performance Academy. Yeah, that one's been taken, George. But no, it's this big program that we've got, and it's well-being as a part of it, but it's not as big a part of it as the stuff I'm doing with, say, the law firms and other companies. So. But yeah, the performance stuff. Anyway, back on track. So we've got we met up yesterday, and we've sort of re-energized that a little bit more. But and Andy has been off and followed up with some phone calls and some emails to the people who had kind of shown a flicker of interest, and he's got some really good leads with that, including somebody who I've worked with before as a coach. He was a coaching client of mine, and now runs a sales team for a company based out in Germany. So there are some good opportunities there. It's just going to be a case of finding the ones that we can really pay the most amount of attention to. We need to get this going. I know Andy's really keen to actually do something with this and deliver, not just be talking about it. So we need to get somebody who's going to say, yes, okay, let's go and do this. That will focus us on really creating every single last scrap of the detail, and then we can get dates in the diary to actually deliver. So we know that it's a good program. We know that it's got legs. We know that it's something that's needed, especially around the sort of the fintech space that this is that we're targeting. So it's just a case of finding someone to partner up with and say, look, we're ready to go, and we need someone like you to, take us on, and for us to take you on, and to partner up and actually create something special with this. But we need to get that opportunity. So, as I said, some exciting prospects coming up, but I don't really get fully excited now with these things until things have actually happened, or at least signed off. So anyway, there's my check-in for the day. Still sort of dragging along a little bit, but feeling pretty well. I'm feeling motivated, but I've also been feeling maybe a little bit flatter today than some other days. Don't know why. Maybe just a couple of big days this week. But yeah, it's all good. It's getting there. It's getting there. Anyway, there's my check-in for the day. Back again with more tomorrow. Give it a YouTube like, subscribe to the channel, and check back in again tomorrow for another daily update. Bye for now.